If you're just joining us, this is episode 209 of the Hotel Marketing Podcast by Travel Boom. And 60 Seconds to Success is a fun little segment where we only have 60 seconds on the clock, and I need to share a tip or trick that is going to make you a better hotelier. Last week, Phil crushed it, had extra seconds to spare. He completely embarrassed me, but I'm back this week to crush him and leave him crying in a little pool of tears. But to do that, I have to give you guys a tip in 60 seconds or less. So are you ready? I want to put the clock on and we'll see where this goes. All right, so here's my tip, and it's a pretty simple one. Book a stay at your closest competitor and take really, and I mean really, good notes. So first thing you want to do is start as if you were a new person, go into your location and do a search. Find your competitor and find a great room, but don't book yet. Go ahead and give them your email address and wait to see what happens. Then, after a few days, go through and make a booking, just like a real person with a real credit card for a date that's a good bit in the future. Then, just wait again. After a couple of days, go ahead and cancel your stay. And look at your notes and pay very close attention. So here's the questions. What was their search presence? What was the site experience on their site? How was their email automations, and what was their cancellations or recapture process like after you canceled? Are you better than your competition? Phil, I made it just in time.
That was, 59 seconds you stopped?
Yeah,
I threw that in there. But
I know you feel, and do your rates reflect that? And I didn't say that because that is not my tip, and I would not plagiarize you, Phil.
No, I think this is a really good tip, but I would add to your tip, Pete. I say take the stay. Don't cancel.
Even better.
And
I probably should have left it in there like that, yeah.
It's fine. Obviously, if you don't want to spend the money, especially if it's a lot of money, you don't have to.
It's probably less money than your PPC budget or a lot of other things that you spend your money on.
So, Pete's tip here is spot on. Understand what the online presence is like, the booking experience, all the way through to the confirmation email, and compare it to what you're doing. Is it better or worse than competition? But I just want you to take it one step further. Go make the stay and keep your notes. Keep the notes that Pete mentioned throughout the booking process, but keep the notes of pre-arrival emails, what the front desk did that was great, what the rooms was like, what features they had in the room that you may not have, and then the post-stay emails, basically the entire experience that you might have with your competitor, and get a really good grasp of what they do. But primarily, back to Pete's original point, the booking process, getting someone in the door, getting that head in the bed in the first place, incredibly important to understand how you compare to your competition.
Yeah, and you can't do that and a lot of everyone makes test bookings at their competitors' websites. We're not saying go through that mindless process. Think about it, plan your stay, get invested in the process just like your guests are getting invested in the process of choosing where they stay. Because when you do that, you're going to see so many more things, and you're going to think about it in terms of, I'm the guest now, and I want to make sure I get a great experience. If your website's slow and theirs is fast, if they're doing a lot of great, upsells, or doing a lot of nudges to move you down that conversion funnel, and you're not, that means you're going to be at a decided disadvantage when the real guest gets there. So focus on that.
I would urge you to do a screen recording as you go through it, probably on desktop and mobile. Understand what both those experiences look like for your competitor versus yours. And you can easily do screen recording on your phone, easily do it on your desktop. But understand what both those processes look like. Give yourself a true comparison. And like I said, when you're recording it, then you can get a true sense of how quickly did it load. Visually, how quickly did it load? That's a great point, Pete. You might write that down in your notes, loaded quickly, but does it really? What does it look like in comparison to when you clicked, your link in a search result and how quickly your page rendered? You can visually watch that back. I think recording it on video is key.
And when you do that, this is going to create a giant to-do list. The whole goal is for you to see where you fail, make that your to-do list, and then that's what you can be using to execute in 2022, which we're going to talk about here in just a minute. But there you go. So that is Travel Boom's 60 Seconds to Success for the week. What we're going to do now is we're going to move over to the main topic of what we're thankful for in 2021 and our key forecast for 2022. If you want to join, go ahead and visit travelboommarketing.com/podcast. Click on episode 209 and you can enjoy that podcast. And you'll get to hear this whole 60 seconds again for 120 seconds of fun. But with that being said, we're going to sign off from the video portion and jump into our main topic.